welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Summer Monae. I have my co-star here, Bungie. He's with us today, as he always is. I am really excited to be back. I say that every single video because I do take some time in between, but I am really grateful for each of you always just being patient with me. As you all know it, I am going through my Saturn return, so it's been a journey. But today I am really excited because we are really going to be talking about the new moon and solar eclipse happening in the sign of Libra on October 14th. I am looking forward to this time frame because at the end of every year we do have eclipse season in October, and we all know, or we all are going to be learning, that solar eclipse energy is something that happens kind of abrupt and it does take time. And I know that sounds kind of like a juxtaposition, if you will. I say all of that to say, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the energy that you can expect during the new moon and solar eclipse in Libra on October 14th. I'm also going to be sharing with you the card reading that I was able to do, and I'm going to get into that. And also I'm going to share with you guys the 3 ways that you're going to be able to manifest under this energy, because it is a great time to manifest something that we want to work towards, and that we know will fulfill us, but it's the journey that really should fulfill us on the way to getting exactly what we want. I also want to let you guys know before we get started, if you do this, you win a chance of winning a free reading. So if you comment the affirmation of the day at the end of this video, at the end of the month, depending on how many videos I produce, I will pick a lucky winner who commented on, my video and let me know what the affirmation was. The reason why I want to invite free readings back into my life again is because I truly do enjoy connecting with each of you personally on that level. And also that free reading is a live reading. So it's like we're on Zoom together and I'm kind of doing it right then and there, versus how I do my normal readings where I send you guys the video link to your personal reading. You always have that as a way to save and to always watch back. But in the live readings, I do highly recommend you guys have a notebook around so you can take notes, etc., because it is not recorded. All of that being said, I'm really excited to dive into today's video. If you'd like, grab some coffee, some tea, anything. This is gonna be my goal right now. You see me looking down because I have my little book. I want to stick to 20 minutes or under would be great, but yeah, Vaughn, just interrupt me, no problem. Now is the time we're going to get started. I do have a goal. I would love for this video to be under 20 minutes, but if not, that's okay. So again, now you see me looking down because I just want to make sure I am sticking on my points. Also, I have my timer around me so I know when I'm starting. So if you see me looking around, that's why. So first, I want to introduce to you the energy of Libra, okay? Libra is, home planet is Venus. Libra is about beauty. Libra is also about balancing everything, and I'm gonna say relationships because it is Venus, right? It's home place. So I want you to look at your birth chart, see where you have Libra placements. Also look at the house, but if you have Libra in your big 3s, or I would say big 4s, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, you're really gonna see this energy like more prevalent in your life. For this new moon in Libra, it is going to be a great time for each of us to learn our values in relationships and partnerships in our life, to even deepen that value even more. I also believe this is a great time for us to learn how to, I want to say, negotiate or at least have conversation with people, because I think this is a great time for us to learn how to speak about our needs, our wants, and our values and being safe to share that without appeasement or without satisfying the other person a part of the conversation. I think this time is asking us to really be strong and trusting that with our truth, it will set us free. It will allow us to be open up to the abundance that love really does have to offer us. I also heavily believe this is a great time for us to remember what it means to have commitment and effort when it comes to personal goals, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to money. Again, Venus is the planet of money also. It's our desires, if you will. It's the things that make us feel really great and allow us to forget about time. I mean, the love, the heart space. That's something that's really important. And also, speaking about relationships, I feel as though this is a great time for us to remember that our partners are our teammates and aren't people that we have adversity with. I think it's really important to remember that, because we're all different. We're not always going to agree on the exact same thing, but it's powerful to agree to disagree and still love them for who they are, because you genuinely love them for who they are. And just understanding that it's okay if you don't always meet eye to eye, but just learning how to negotiate and to express yourself without hostility, I think is going to be something that this era challenges us to do. I also think this is going to be an amazing time for us to learn what it is to be disciplined. Like I was saying, commitment. How disciplined or how committed are you to, kind of all the areas in your life? Because you're really wanting to build harmony in all areas of your life. It's the balance of light and dark. It's the balance of speaking up for yourself and then knowing when not to talk and knowing when to listen and really hear what the other person is conveying to you. How do I really want to say this? I personally believe that this is going to be a challenging time for Libra placements. I want to say Taurus also, because we do have a full moon and lunar eclipse coming at the end of this month. I feel as though those two placements heavily will have this opportunity to remind themselves what are they committed to doing and actually doing it. And I think if you look at yourself in the mirror during this time and you're not happy with anything, with maybe how you look, with how work is going, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, I believe this is going to be a great time for you to ask yourself in the mirror, what do I want? What do I want to commit to? What do I want to change? What don't I like about this specific situation? And actually sitting down with yourself and making time to think about the solution on how you want to go about, doing things. Perfect example for me. I went to New York recently. I stepped on a scale and I was disgusted with myself. But I also had this feeling of, I am weightlifting. So therefore I, am building muscle. So the weight will look different, but also I have this, mentality that I'm supposed to be at a specific number, right? So it's like two different identities trying to, bring value into what they believe in, but also like it has to feel good, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to, build a diet and a gym routine that works best for me for the goal that I want, or it could be something like within me personally. Another thing I'm working on is knowing when to speak and when not to speak, when to really voice myself in an authentic way, and also being able to handle when someone tells me something, even if it's not what I want to hear, but still coming from a place of empathy and compassion and seeing for them for who they are in that moment. So, my question for you is, what are you going to work on? What's something that you want to get better at in your relationships when it comes to your lovers, your friends, your parents, your family, your work, work colleagues, your boss? I think, it's okay to not be happy with what you're looking at. It's okay to look at someone else and admire something about them, because it reminds you have it within you also. So I think this is a great time about communication, even though we're not in any Gemini placements right now. Just learning how to talk and learning how to listen, I think, is the biggest thing I really want to say in today's video during this beautiful new moon and this opportunity for new, fresh energy to, let it overflow in our love. So that's just what I wanted to say as far as the energy that you should be expecting during this time. Now, for the solar eclipse itself, again, it's going to, I want to say, the next 6 months, maybe even 3 to 6 months, I would say. That's where you'll see that energy kind of elongate to. But as far as this new moon in Libra, new energy, okay, new positive energy that you'll be calling into your life. And I think it's going to be great. For me personally though, I don't manifest on the day of the new moon. That's a little secret I'm going to tell you. I like to manifest 3 days after. Why? It's because when you look up to the sky and it's a new moon, there's nothing in the star. You can't see it. There's no illumination, if you will. I like to manifest when I start to see the moon have some illumination to it. That lets me know, okay, like things are building. You can now place certain things and let them go, because when the moon is getting brighter, that means it's in its waxing phases, right? It's getting bigger. So I like to manifest 3 days after the new moon. So I'm going to give you that tip before we get into the next section, where I'm going to let you know how I intend to manifest during this new moon era, especially in Libra. It's my rising sign. So I am definitely, going to be using first gratitude method I'm always going to talk about is I want you guys to write down a list of all the things you're grateful for. I don't care how long this list is or how short it is. What the importance is that you feel like you're buzzing of joy and happiness. That's the goal. Focus on the why. Don't just write I am grateful for. That's so lifeless. Okay, I want you to deepen that. I want you to say things like I am so happy and grateful for X, Y, and Z, and then the because part. The because part is really what's going to allow your heart to sing. Like, why are you grateful for that thing? For me, sometimes I really always go back to my health. I am so grateful and I'm so happy and grateful for my health because it allows me to move my body freely. I can think freely. Spiritually, I'm feeling good. Things like that, I think, is really going to allow you to elevate your gratitude practice. Now, the second manifestation method that I think is going to be really cool, the reason why I like it during this time period is because it takes some time, especially for the solar eclipse energy, to fully manifest. Like I said, the 3 to 6 months period. So this is going to be kind of fun for you to go back to. And it is the manifestation box method. I haven't done that manifestation in a very, very, very long time. I'm also going to put the card above us of the video that I made about it a couple years back. But I'm also thinking about refreshing that manifestation because this time around in your manifestation box, I want you to write all the manifestations within yourself. Yes, you can ask for things outside of yourself if you want, but me personally, when it comes to Libra placement, when it comes to Venus planet, I really feel like it's within self, because self-love and self-happiness is the best thing. It's kind of what lets everything else come into the picture, right? So I want you, in this manifestation box method, I want you to write what you want to manifest within yourself. Okay, it could be your looks, it could be how you talk to people. Like I said, it can be anything. What characteristic traits do you want to build within yourself? And I think that's what I know. Bungie. I'm so sorry, guys. Bungie just has to make an appearance every single video. But I really want to focus on what I want to manifest within myself. And how am I going to write that? I'm going to write, it feels so good to. And then what I'm manifesting. It feels so good to be able to know how to have more empathy in conversation, in uncomfortable conversations, right? It feels so good to be at this weight that I'm at, or it feels good to be able to have a balance of how much I love my body now and what I'm looking forward to bringing in, right? Anything. I just want you guys to really dive into what you want within yourself. If you want longer hair, talk about how good it feels to have long, luscious, healthy hair, whatever it is. I just want you to focus on that, put it in the box, and put the box somewhere else. And every time you look at that box, just smile at it, let it have, let it collect really good energy. If you want, you can even add really good crystals to it. I don't know, you could put a jade, you could put a red quartz, a pink quartz, anything. Like, you have to do what makes you feel great. But I just want you guys to focus on that manifestation box method as a way of you manifesting qualities within yourself. That's the word that I was looking for. Now, the last manifestation method that I want you guys to partake in during this time is something you do every single day, but this time you're gonna be really intentional about it. And it's called mirror magic. Okay, I also made a video about this a couple years ago. In this manifestation, I want you to look at yourself. Every time you get to look at yourself in the mirror, I want you to say the words I love you 3 times, and like look at yourself in the mirror when you say it, and like really feel the conviction of it. Like look within your eyes, like look within your soul if you can, and tell it how much you love yourself, like legit. Or I want you to give yourself a high five every time you look in the mirror, in the mornings, evenings, night. I don't really care about time, how many times you do it, but I want you to build that relationship with self. And even if you want to take it up a higher notch, I want you to hug yourself more also during this time period. Anything to lavish more in the energy of love, I think, is going to be really great, because I don't know, like it's the last quarter of this year. We have beautiful opportunities this month of October for transformation. We're heading into Scorpio season. Scorpio is all about transformation. You know, things are going to be uncomfortable. Things are going to be uncomfortable. If you didn't know it, I'm going to say it now. It is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be challenging during this time period. That's why I want you to heavily focus on your self-love practices, your self-care practices, because you need to have a great foundation for what's to come. I don't say that to scare you. I say that to prepare you, because challenging times allows us to remember that there's more to reach, there's more to gain, and there's more to receive. So, you know, with, what do they call it? With power comes authority, or with authority, I don't know, I forgot. No, with power comes responsibility. That's the word I want to say. So the more power you will gain in the sense of your life and where you want it to go, right? You're taking that lead. You're taking the power of saying, I want this. I know I'm worthy of having this. You have more responsibility. You want to get to where you want to be with your weight. You have a responsibility of fitness, right? You want to get better at conversations with people. You have a responsibility of getting better with negotiation, with listening skills, you know, with your tone, with word choice. So things like that, you know, that's what I want to say as far as challenging times, because what you want is on the exact other side of fear. You just have to lean into it, and know and trust that you're meant to be exactly where you are, and you're meant to be who you want to become also. So that's what I want to say as far as for the manifestations. Now we're gonna get into my favorite part of this video. So we're at what? How many minutes are we at now? Oh my God, we're at 19 minutes. I want it to be done right now, but it's okay. What is time, right? If you're still here with me, I just want to say thank you so much. Like, I really do enjoy these long tangents, if you will, talking about, you know, astrology and things that I truly believe are things that affect us as a collective. So speaking about the collective, I'm going to go ahead and start in today's reading. As you guys know, you guys already know. Can you guess what deck I picked from? Especially that we're doing moon work, moon magic, if you will. I did pick from my Moonology deck, one of my favorite decks to work with. And I also picked from the Soul's Journey Lessons deck. I want us to know, I want us to figure out what are the lessons we need to work through in order to get to where we want to be. Again, lessons, challenges, opportunities of growth. So the first card that we were able to get today from the Moonology deck is the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. It's so funny how I talked about that earlier, right? Yes, I did shuffle these, but I barely looked at them. When I shuffle, I just kind of, and then when I see them all out, I'm like, okay, I kind of have a understanding of what we're about to expect. But waxing moon, things are getting bigger, things are building momentum, like a snowball effect, if you will. So start the snowball effect right now. What do you want, and within the next 6 months into next year of 2024, what do you want to become? What do you want to have? What do you want to give to people? So build on that. The next one that we did get is you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Blue here. Blue and purple in the last one. Throat chakra. Remember I was talking about that, like communication is something big, even though we're not in any Gemini energies right now. So you and your loved ones are safe, and the energy is gaining momentum. Love that. Now, what was at the top of the deck? We got meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So another blue card here. Again, speaking your truth. I think meditate and contemplate also allows us to hold the tongue, right? It tells us, don't be so quick to respond, but meditate on what they said to you. And sometimes it's okay just to ask, can I like revisit this conversation with you a little bit later when I have processed it over some time and I know exactly what I want to say? And then at the bottom of the deck, what we don't see, it says a new start is coming, new moon. So it kind of just goes hand in hand with the new moon energy, right? I was speaking about this is an opportunity to bring in new positive energies into our relationships and how we value them, how we are committed to them. So that was the Moonology deck. Now, what I really loved was the Lessons deck, and I squealed a little bit because I'm like, this is it. Like, this is where we have to work on. I always say we heavily because me too. This is a collective reading, so I also feel it is very possible in my life. I feel like it's very truthful about what I need to do and get better at. And guess what the first card was? I'm gonna give you a second. A hint. Manifestation method I spoke about first. So we did get the gratitude card. First time getting a card like this for a collective reading in a while. It talks about, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So I really feel like our lesson right now is on our screen of space of life. It can make us feel like a victim mentality. That's going to be a video coming out soon too. I'm going to be talking about with you guys how I got over that victim mentality recently. Even though you feel as though life is happening to you, it actually isn't ever happening to you. It's always happening for your highest good. That's something I had to remind myself many, many, many times throughout each day. No matter how hard it can be, sometimes I'm just reminding myself, it's okay, this happens, it's not the first time it's happening, therefore I know I will get through this. So deepen your gratitude during this time. I mean, really, if you guys really need some help with that, I definitely recommend The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Always going to refer to that book. Deepen your gratitude practice, count your blessings. And you have a hardship in your life right now, give gratitude to it. I know that's so funny and strange, but just do it, because why not? Are you having struggles with money? Venus, right? Venus is money, beauty, love, everything. Are you having a hard time with love? Are you having a hard time with self-value, self-esteem, things like that? Give gratitude to it. Let's say you have a hard time with money right now, give thanks to it. Even if you feel like you don't have any, you do. You just have to connect to it in this physical realm. So give love to it, and I promise you it will love you back always. The next one we did get is fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I think I made a video about this. It's like, what do you choose? Like, you can choose to love it, or you could choose to be fearful of it. It's still your choice. But what they both may be hard, but which hard do you choose? You know what I mean? It can be hard to say money affirmations and gratitude to money when you legit don't have any. You know, I get that, but I get that, but it's just like, but wouldn't you just want to switch that and make it better, make it more soft and loving and free flowing, you know? Like, be in delusion, be a delulu, if you will. I know that's something that's going on around on the internet, is saying delulu. That's pretty cute. But be delusional, okay? Give love to everything that does cause fear in your life. I just had to switch out my battery because it was dying. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say as far as for fear. Now we're going to move into the next card, and the next one we did get is growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So I love this one because I love how it says I want to expand. And that's a yellow one too. We got a lot of blues and purples and reds and greens. Heart, throat, third eye, solar, root is what I'm seeing. It's always the lower body chakras usually in our readings. I noticed that too. But yeah, going back to growth, I feel as though we all want it. We all want to get better at it. We want to better understand how to go about that. But in order to grow, you will grow out of your pot, right? As a plant, you will grow out of your pot. It will be uncomfortable. You're gonna get to a place of saying, I know I want more. I know I deserve more. I know that life wants to offer me more. So it's good to want that. But again, the next card, it's literally going hand to hand. Change. It's inviting that into your life, and it's having to know that, what I want, I will have to do things differently. I will have to approach things differently to get what I want, because you know what insanity is, right? It's doing the same thing over and over, expecting something different. So you want to grow, you're gonna have to change something. And with this card change, the affirmation is, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So I have to say this movement, legitimately like dancing or shaking every day, or just doing something like move your body, move the energy around you, even move items in your home, move how you think about stuff. You know what I mean? So that was the main chunk of cards. Now the last two, the top and the bottom, I found this to be interesting because this was the first time I've ever seen this card. We got adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn at the top of the deck. Meaning we already know this, right? I feel as though, that reminder is good. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I accept. Acceptance is huge. It's one of the biggest things I feel like, for me especially. I have to accept certain things, meaning I can't change them no matter what. I just can't control everything, and I have to accept things for what they are sometimes. And we have to accept the fact that if we want change, right, we have to be willing to if we want to change things, we have to be willing to look at fear in its face. We have to be accepting that that will cause growth, and accepting that adversity will be a part of that equation, right? I mean, even here we got the last card at the bottom of the deck, self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Libra, planet Venus. So I say all of this to say, give love to yourself, okay? Because again, adversity, challenge, growth, change, fear, and gratitude all in the same bucket at the same time. That tells me life is saying you can have exactly what you want, and you will have it. It will take some time. It will take some bending also, but you will get there. You are worthy of that. Those were all the cards for today. I really do trust and hope that you enjoyed today's reading. I know this video is super long, but I love that. I feel like I have to stop this energy in myself to say it has to be one specific way. I don't care to fit in a box. I don't care for certain things. I don't care to do things to make it believe in myself that that is what's going to make people like it. You know what I mean? Like, I have this mentality, oh, if you have a video longer than this amount of time, then you're going to lose people. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because the people that are meant to hear this message, that want to hear it, are still here right now watching me after however long this video is, right? I think for me also, it's like when you are a content creator, you always want to see inspiration and do things like others that you see working, but it just has to work for you no matter what it is, okay? Like, man, I love that message that I just got. It's like, just do you, man. Do what makes you feel great. Don't care about the agenda of anyone else or what society is doing. Just do you. Okay, that's literally what I got. And like, just be a boss about it. Like walk into that room with your head held high and just like showcase to people, like, man, spiritual work can be difficult, but doesn't it look good on me? Right? Like, you want to inspire people. You want people to look at you and be like, dang, I know that person looked fear in its face multiple times and they still kept going. They still kept going. They still kept reaching and receiving more. So that's all that I have to say in today's video. Before I let you guys go, you already know I'm not going to leave you without an affirmation, right? So today's video and the affirmation, it's going to be, I open and accept all the love that life has to offer me. I am open and accept all the love that life has to offer me. I open and accept all the love that life has to offer me. Doesn't that feel good? So I just want to say thank you to each of you who are still here with me. I love you from the bottom of my heart, genuinely. I just want you to know you guys keep me going, okay? All of the time. You can expect a video on the full moon and lunar eclipse happening in Taurus at the end of this month. And I'm also going to be speaking with you guys about how to overcome victim mentality. I'm really excited about that one. But nonetheless, I love you all so very much. Have the best time, have the best day on purpose. And, you know, I will always end off with saying, do something good for someone else all of the time. You know, show people that your cup is full. Even if you may not think it is, it always is. And pour into people, pour into their lives. You know, be that light that someone was for you. I continue to send my love, my light, and my grace to each of you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.